Well, hello everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Starry Tarot. Clearly there we go. Hi everybody, good to see you. Welcome to Starry Tarot. Happy Saturday to you. What is going on here? I don't know if YouTube is like particularly slow for anyone else out there today, but I was having a little bit, that's why I was having some delays coming on just now. But welcome. If you are new here, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your subscription. My name is Sophie. I am your friendly tarot reader. I can answer any question that you have with the exception of medical and or legal questions. And today we are using the Adorable Tarot of the Familiars deck by Lisa Parker. Yes, Lisa Parker. And it features just lots of special familiar animals of the familiar type, like unicorns and wolves and owls and crows and ravens, ravens and such. And it is a very lovely deck. I am also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on. If that is something that you are interested in doing, please let me know beforehand. I have found through my many years of practice doing this professionally that I, for some reason, can get in touch with most folks, but there are some who are not able to communicate or have reincarnated. There's lots of different reasons as to why, but there's about maybe 10-15% of folks that I can't get through to, so I always like to check just beforehand, but more than likely we can get through, but I just always want to make sure before anyone sends their donation for that. Yeah, I answer any questions, answer a lot of romance questions, a lot of career questions, a lot of spiritual questions. I also provide, if you are questioning, and this doesn't have to be of a romantic nature, but if you are questioning someone's position in your life or whether they're supposed to be in your life in some capacity, in some fated way, I do soulmate readings, soulmate confirmation readings, and they also don't have to be for just animals either. They can be for our animal friends. Sorry, did I say they can? Yeah, they can. They don't just have to be for humans. They can be for animals as well. And those that I can do it in a couple different ways. We can ask for spirit's blessing regarding someone who you may consider to be a mate of the soul variety. And we can ask if they were part of a past life of yours, and what purpose they're serving in your life. Speaking of past lives, I have been studying past life regression for many, 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 many years, since I was a small girl, actually. And I do past life regression. I utilizing tarot and my connection with spirit, I can regress those. I can regress you to a past life that the intent can be all your own. It can be one that's most relevant to your current life's journey. It can be one that's most relevant to something else that you're going through in your life. Hi, Teresa. How are you doing, love? I'm so sorry, honey. I still haven't gotten to your email. It's been a roller coaster. I have had a lot on my plate, but I will be getting to that shortly, and it means a lot to me that you reached out to me, and I do want to get back to you, and I will get back to you. It's just been a little bit of a hectic week, or I should say month, really. No, okay, thank you, love, thank you. I was having a good hair day yesterday for the first time in months. I think I cracked the code to how I can just have my hair the way I need it. It's doing fine. It's doing fine, but it's going to need the work that it needs to have done on it. Basically, I have it temporarily like taken care of, but that's temporary. So it's something that's inevitable that I need to have done. So I figure I should just get it done sooner than later. I just I don't know where to go, and I've talked about this earlier on my channel. Other times I talked about it with friends and family members, but it's difficult being a young lady, single young lady, and going to a body shop. Um, this has happened before. I'll go and get like 3 different estimates, and they will vary so wildly that it's so clearly obvious that they're trying to rip me off, and it's like a significant amount to the point where like it's not cool. It's not cool getting ripped off, and it's not cool having to pay. Like, yeah. So yeah, I'm just if I had a more trusted source, or if I had a reference or something. I know there is a woman that I used to go to who I love, but she's just like an hour away. So I don't know. It's gonna get taken care of. It's on my mind, and it stresses me out a lot. But it's just the only thing that's stressing me out is just getting it done, finding someone to get it done, and then having the car in the shop. It's just a pain. Yeah, yay hair! And I also have my hair appointment. I just scheduled that for Tuesday. Um, I'm still not entirely sure what I want to do with it. I want to keep it long. Um, I think I want bangs. Um, but then those are such maintenance, So I don't know if I want bangs. I don't know. Thursday was a strange day, Teresa. And I'll tell you why. Yeah, I was on for 4 hours. And remember, I was on your channel earlier that day, and you asked me, how long do you go on when you live stream? And I said, I always go on for a minimum of 2 hours. Um, and I think I mentioned that one of the reasons why I do that is because sometimes when I do the last call for donations at the 2 hour mark, all of a sudden I get like 20 clients coming in. And that's exactly what happened. I was like totally like, it was totally quiet for like almost an hour. And then right at the 2 hour mark, I had 2 hours worth of clients. So yeah, that's why I do it, because I am kind of just trying to accommodate to what people's timing is, I guess. Um, yeah, but that was interesting. Yeah, no, I've had times, God, especially when I first started. I think the longest live stream I ever did was 6.5 hours. Because I knew about the car. Oh, thank you, honey. Yeah, yeah. No, it's all gonna be fine. I mean, it's all kosher. It's just stressful. Like I said, the stressor for me is not knowing if I'm getting ripped off or not. I just that really rubs me the wrong way. Um, yeah, not fun. Not fun at all. Well, how are you doing, Teresa? How is your weekend thus far? And for those of you who are looking for something more in depth, I also offer private readings as always. I offer 2 different types of private readings. I offer them by appointment over Zoom, one-on-one, you and me talk for as long as we want. I highly recommend it for everyone. I've never had someone say that wasn't a good reading, but um, I highly recommend it, especially for people who are going through something particularly complex, that requires a lot of backstory, context, and multiple questions as well. We can pull as many cards, ask as many questions as you need. You're okay. You haven't done any more live streams. You're rethinking. Wait, what are you? You're rethinking live streams, or just things in general? Yeah, things are really, I mean, nothing is really predictable. Um, in terms of doing live stream, just how to go about them. Yeah, it's all about, especially when I first started, it was really about trial and error, continuing to turn and crank the wheel even if you don't see forward motion, which can be difficult, and copying. I don't want to say copying other people, but observing how other readers operated, did their thing, and seeing what I liked and how and if I could implement it into my practice. My internet seems to go down at times, and I worry about someone paying for a reading and then my internet going down. That does happen. That does happen sometimes. That happened a lot. That happened a lot more to me when I first started going live. My internet was not quite as good then. The connection was not quite as good. And when that happens, and that happens to me here too. Like, there was a night a few weeks ago where I was telling a friend, I was like, I almost feel like I low-key shouldn't have gone online, because I knew my internet was slow and the audio was, I think you might have been on that night. I'm not sure, but the audio was all off and the chat was all off. I had tons of readings, and there were a couple people I wasn't able to get to. And when that happens, I always offer either a private reading on my Instagram or via email, typed out or over DM, or I just read for them on the next live stream. For instance, well, like, and for instance, like when people make a donation and they disappear for whatever reason, I actually have a whole list of people who have credit with Starry Tarot. Like, I had a donation a few nights ago. Haven't seen her. She hasn't come back. But I know she will. But yeah, that's one way that you could still accommodate people. If your internet's being wonky. Do you test the speed of your internet before you go live? They recently charged out my modem, and I told me I would if anything faster, but I don't test the speed. Yeah, I always test the speed before I go on. I just go to speed tests. Yeah, speedtest.net, and it tests. I don't pay attention to the download speed, but I pay attention to the upload speed, and so long as it's a minimum of 3, then I go on. If it's anything less than 3, I go for an alternate. Either I don't go on, or I use my iPad, which has a different internet connection that's invariably stronger. And that's interesting too, Teresa, because when I live stream, like right now, from my computer, my desktop, it's horizontal, and the live stream just comes up in regular videos. However, and I'm assuming that's because I do it through OBS. However, if I live stream from my iPad, which I don't know if you've seen me do, I usually do that when I'm out of town. I haven't traveled in a while, but I travel quite a bit usually. And with my iPad, I don't use OBS. I just stream directly from YouTube. And for some reason, like, it puts me into the vertical, like, cute. Like, I don't know if you've seen, there's a difference between vertical live streams and horizontal live streams. The vertical live streams, people just kind of like slide through, and I get way more viewership when I go on my iPad and do vertical mode. I can't show my cards. I have to just show my face and hold the card. But a lot of the viewers are like not serious, and they're just kind of like breezing on through and seeing like what this is all about. I've asked a lot of my clients if they preferred horizontal to vertical. Most of them said horizontal. Um, but, and I guess there's advantages and disadvantages to both. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I don't quite understand it. I mean, I understand. Well, what I do understand, I think, is that when it is in the vertical form, um, I think it might be easier. I think it shows up in more people's searches and their home pages. Um, I know you told me that you like stumbled upon my channels. So you don't remember how you found my channel? Because I'm always interested in knowing how people found me. Um, Making sure I have the right hashtags, keywords, and stuff. Unless I just popped up, I'm not sure. Sure. Yeah, yeah. I'm always so curious about that. Oh, yeah, I was having a good hair day yesterday and not so much today. I mean, it's not too bad. It doesn't look so bad. It's just it doesn't feel nice. Whereas yesterday it felt nice. Again. I think I need some kind of like deep conditioning treatment or something. I don't know. My hair? Oh no, it's not super bothering me. It's just weird, girl. It's just I feel like my hair like changed in the past like 6 months. I don't know, and I didn't start using something different or anything. Um, but yeah, I was like looking at photos like from just like a year ago, and it was fuller and softer, and um, I don't know, changes. I don't know. Sorry, one sec. Sorry about that. Walk with me like lovers do. Do, 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 do. Well, I know I started following readers that do the For the Collective. The song interlude, what was that? I didn't know live existed at that time. I was thinking of doing those pre-recorded, but there was some directions I never thought through. Yeah, the pre-recorded readings, I did some astrological ones for a while. I was doing like, this is for you, Gemini, this is for you, Sagittarius, this is for you, Scorpio, whatever. And I just don't know. It resonated with a lot of my clients. Oh, change. And now I have Here Comes the Rain Again by The Eurythmics stuck in my head. I don't know how it went from David Bowie to that, but I don't mind. But yeah, no, it's I don't know how accurate those collective readings are, but yeah, I did have clients saying actually saying can you start doing those again? They were like scary accurate. I was thinking about maybe doing those on TikTok. I don't know. Hi, Phyllis. How are you doing, hun? Yes, I remember the weird distracting live feed with all the noises and everything. Walk with me like lovers do. I'm trying to remember how old I was when those songs came out. I don't know if I was probably a baby when that song came out. When I was in the 80s. I think that song, Here Comes the Rain Again came out in, I want to say 84. Changes by David Bowie, I want to say 76. What album is Changes on? I'm totally blanking on what album Changes was from. Which one? Here Comes the Rain Again or Changes? They're both such good songs. I love me some Annie and some David. Yeah, I love Annie Lennox so much. Here comes the rain again. So baby, talk to me like lovers do. It's a good song. That's a really good song. David Bowie and Freddie Mercury. Hella good song. It was really cute. I used to really like the band 9 Inch Nails, still kind of do. And I was watching an interview when David Bowie was on tour with 9 Inch Nails, and David Bowie did that song with 9 Inch Nails, I'm Afraid of Americans. Really good song. This was like in 1998. And he said he was talking to some young person, and they were like, oh, you're the guy who wrote the Vanilla Ice song. Because the beginning of Vanilla Ice, the Ice Ice Baby is under pressure. It's like, that's when you know you're old. Oh, it came out 83. I was close, but no cigar. Okay, I accept. I was negative 3 years old. It was year 3 BS. Year 3 before Sophie. Yeah, that was the sample from Under Pressure. But it was just so funny because they reversed it. They were they got to meet and talk to David Bowie, and I was like, oh, did you write the Vanilla Ice song? No, it was a sample. It's so interesting. I love seeing, I love finding out all the different like original samples that are used for songs if I can't recognize them. Like, oh, what's that song? You know very well who you are. You know, Biggie. I'll give you good and plenty. Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Whatever that song is called, I'm blanking on the name of the song. But the song that they sampled for that, I heard on Tuesday during a class I was doing. I was like, oh my god, like this is sampled like for this, and it was such a random song, but I guess it was like a popular like kind of like electro jazz song or something. I don't even know. I used to be a DJ, yo. Juicy Fruit is the name of the song. The original or the song by Biggie? It's called Juicy Fruit? How did I not know that? Juicy Fruit. Now I'm gonna, that stuck in my head. Oh yeah, okay, it's called Juicy. Juicy? Yeah, how did I not? That's so funny. I've known that song forever and just never knew the name of it. Freaking weird. I never stopped to think about that. You don't remember who's? Yeah, I don't know if there were vocals in the song. I think it was just like an instrumental track. Um, but it's always so interesting. So we're in Mercury retrograde, y'all. Just FYI. We stepped into Mercury retrograde yesterday. Yep. Remember, I was 2 days from turning 21 when Tupac died. Oh my god, I remember when Tupac died. I was in 4th grade. Was I in 4th grade or 3rd grade? I was in 4th or 3rd grade. Wait, no, might have been 2nd. What year was it, hun? 93 or 92? I remember seeing it on MTV News. I remember when Biggie died. I remember seeing that on MTV News. I remember when Kurt Cobain died. I remember that a little less, which is weird because well, that happened in 94. 96. I was going to say, because I'm remembering Kurt Cobain's death a little less. I just remember seeing on MTV News, Courtney Love came out to give, some public announcement and just like breaking down. And everyone was really sad. But that was 94, so that's probably why I'm remembering it less. But yeah, I remember Tupac's passing more vividly. And there's still all the conspiracies to this day as to whether he's still alive or not. There was a convincing ass picture, I will say, that I think TMZ posted. I actually think it was just Tupac's doppelganger, but there was a guy in New Orleans at a bar, and someone got a picture of him, and it looked just like Tupac, but like Tupac aged like maybe 10 years. But I'm just convinced that we all have doppelgangers, and that was just one of them. Kurt Cobain was 94, and I was at high school. He had a song, I Hate Myself and Want to Die. Yep, I know that song. He has a lot of really amazing songs. I love Nirvana. Yeah, amazing discography. Dark songs. Some of them are really dark. Some of them are funny. Some of them are dark. but not a single one I don't like. I'm actually not crazy about I hate myself and I want to die. It's not one of my favorites. RAPE Me is actually one of my favorites by them. In Utero is such a good album. I love that album. I know, it's girl, the whole concept of doppelgangers is crazy. There's this photographer that I just discovered who, through just extensive networking, finds doppelgangers and photographs them. I would just type in, I would love you to check him out. I would honestly just Google doppelganger photographer, and he finds people that, like, they don't know each other at all. They're from, like, different parts of the world or whatever, but they just look like identical twins. Some of them look more similar than others. A friend of mine said that they saw my doppelganger in New York about 6 months ago. I'm like, why didn't you take a picture? Or do I just look like every other dark-haired girl? Because, I mean, people say I look like, like Anna Kendrick. I don't see it. I see a little bit in the eyes, I guess, but I don't see it as much as other people. So, and then it's interesting, because I always take into consideration how people, see other people. Everyone's perspective's different. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really super fascinating concept. I wonder if I could show this off on camera. I'm gonna try. So I collect tourmaline, and this is one of my favorite pieces of tourmaline. I have a lot of black tourmaline, but this is a special piece of, it's called pink capped tourmaline. It's black tourmaline with pink tourmaline capped on the top, and you can only see it from the side. And then once you flip it, just all you can see is the black. But I love these little pieces of tourmaline. Oh, this one's also a combo too. This one might not show as well. It's so small. But this has bits of green. It's primarily green tourmaline with a pink cap as well. I almost want to call it a stem too, because it's along the edge too. But really, yeah. Oh, this one too. I think these all have bits of pink too. This is green with a little bit of pink too. If you can see, it's so light. I wish it would focus. Yeah, I found these off eBay. Someone was selling them in Northern California, up in like Mount Shasta, and they were like just getting rid of all their crystals, so we got a really good deal on this beautiful set. And yeah, tourmaline's beautiful. Tourmaline's fun. I also love beryl too. Like pink beryl is morganite, green beryl is emerald. And this is my favorite. Like, emerald comes in different shades of green, but this is my favorite when it gets oxidized to this, like, this is, like, to me, just, like, the quintessential color of emerald. Let's see if I have that. Like, this, to me, is, like, a classic emerald. Red beryl is a ruby. Yellow beryl is heliodor, which is only found in Vietnam, right here. Blue beryl is aquamarine. And I think that's all I know. I also really like diamonds. They are a girl's best friend. My Herkimer diamonds. I have so many little Herkimer diamonds. Kind of want to get them made into jewelry. Oh yeah, I'm wearing morganite on my ring today. But yeah, these three are all Herkimer diamonds. Probably can't see them too well. Oh wait, I don't think this one is a Herkimer diamond. Wait, is it? No, it's not. But these two definitely are. It might, actually, this might be a Herkimer diamond. But I love Herkimer diamonds. This is my favorite piece. I still can't see it very well, but you can see there's like little flecks of, I think it's tourmaline. And these are only found in Herkimer, Connecticut. I found these in Tennessee, outside of Nashville. I sent your info to Paula Smith and I gave her your email. Oh, thank you for the teaching job. Yes, thank you so much, Teresa. Oh, thank you. That's wonderful. Yeah, yeah. That I think that's just perfect. Because I've definitely been thinking about getting into teaching. It's something that's always been like something I've always thought about. Because yeah, I love kids and I'm very good with them, and they tend to like me, which is important. Thank you so much, love. You might want to reach out to her first. Okay, will do, will do. Yeah. Did you send me her, and you sent me her info too? I did, but let me put it here. Okay, thank you, hon. Hi, Anita. How are you? Welcome. Okay, I need to go grab something from upstairs. I will be right back. Thank you. All right, and we are back. All right, so this is like iconically maybe one of the maybe the slowest night I've ever had. Oops, that's some reverb. So I've been on for almost 2 hours. I'm probably not gonna do a last call tonight just 'cause it's so slow. And I am meeting up with a friend, so I have a hard stop. But I will be on for about another 5 minutes if any of y'all are out there watching and interested. Thank you. All right, so it has been 2 hours, and like I said, I'm gonna go. And this is like the slowest night I've ever had. But thank y'all for those who stopped by to chat, have a kiki. I am going out to meet up with a friend. Will I be on tomorrow? I will try. I think I'm going on like a hike tomorrow. Um, or taking care of my car, but hopefully I'll be around in the evening and I will do what I can, and we'll see. And we will hopefully see y'all there. Thank you all so much, and have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye.